With the release of Sitecore 10, there are enhancements and innovations that help make it easier and more efficient for both marketing and IT teams. These tools help teams launch and evolve unique experiences that drive successful engagements. We're going to take a look at what's new today. In a world where digital experience is everything, brands need to have more control in the way they engage customers and have the ability to evolve those experiences rapidly. Customers expect brands to not just deliver personalized experiences, but deploy new experiences as their needs change or as things shift in the market. Now, let's take a look at what's in the box. In this release, technology teams are really going to see enormous changes in the options that they now have to deliver solutions more rapidly. Sitecore already offers a lot of delivery flexibility, but some of the areas where we have been hearing a lot of feedback are in the topics of container infrastructures, headless development for .NET developers, ASP.NET Core support, and better serialization tool. With the addition of support for Docker, Kubernetes, and the new Sitecore-provided image repositories, delivery teams now have a way to move to a continuous delivery model even more easily, with infrastructure as code deployments and more efficient solution and team onboarding. All of this as additional choices to our existing deployment options. The addition of ASP.NET Core SDK and the headless rendering host architecture, that gives developers a new way of building their solutions. Work headlessly, similar to JSS. This new development option, it allows faster development iterations, also lets developers work with the latest and greatest .NET technology. There's also new tools for tech teams to automate content sharing and deployment using the new Sitecore CLI and Sitecore for Visual Studio plugin. These additions allow you to work better as a team on the content that drives your development. Now, why are containers important? In general, if you've been doing your development with virtual machines or local installations, moving to a Docker-driven development and infrastructure, it's going to be a huge benefit for you. In general, you're going to address 4 major areas. You can drive down your TCO by reducing costs and onboarding more quickly. You'll have faster delivery by leveraging local development efficiencies of Docker. You can make it easier for developers so they don't have to plan for system requirements of specific versions or how to get Sitecore installed. You can also improve operational capabilities with new monitoring and security support that's based on industry standard technology used for containers. By moving to a containerized approach, you can also better support a continuous delivery model. Implementing DevOps is a culture change. Technology doesn't solve that, but adopting Docker and Kubernetes into your workflow will give your team the industry standard tooling that they need to work on for those changes. So how will the different parts of the team benefit? For developers, they'll see the biggest changes in their flow, in the way they can spin up and tear down local environments in a scripted manner. By using shared Docker images, a team of developers can bring on new members to the team much more quickly, and also help each other out by enhancing the image definitions as they determine new needs for all members of the development team. This includes the dependencies like Solr, Redis, SQL Server, .NET versions, without having to replicate the entire operating system, as would be done with a virtual machine. The team supporting the live production environments and other infrastructure can also choose whether they want to leverage container infrastructure for how they deploy their environments. Kubernetes is the industry standard for container orchestration and allows you to deploy to any cloud provider you want. And additionally, each cloud provider provides managed Kubernetes service like Microsoft's AKS to make it even easier to manage your containers. For organizations running traditional IaaS with VMs, this could be a huge reduction in cost by sharing the operating system and hardware amongst multiple isolated containers. Now, containers are not the only new option for how to deliver Sitecore solutions. There's a new headless developer option that allows your team to start building your sites in ASP.NET Core. This ASP.NET Rendering SDK allows your team to implement a headless architecture where a remote rendering host runs the website using ASP.NET Core, similar to our existing JSS headless developer option for front-end teams. This allows for rapid local development with a much lighter weight front end, allowing you to change things and debug issues faster. You can also attract and retain talent that want to be working with the latest .NET technology. That keeps your team happy and excited about what they're working on. There are also fewer pains when you're doing native integration with any existing ASP.NET Core applications. You can bring Sitecore in where you need it by using this headless developer option. If you're a .NET developer working with the new ASP.NET Core headless option, you'll be seeing a lot of changes you've been waiting for. All the benefits of JSS, but with the ASP.NET Core you want to work with. Using feedback from customers, partners, and developers who've been excited about headless delivery options with JSS, this new headless offering leverages that community feedback to deliver a better development experience. Using the same headless services that power JSS, you get to deliver experiences that work for the marketer in Experience Editor, track and provide marketing capabilities, and work faster. With routing support, you can make sure to only connect to Sitecore when you need to. And by using a remote rendering host, developers can build straight from Visual Studio into the rendering host, test changes, without needing to recycle all of Sitecore every time. Make those quick changes to the presentation layer, push those changes, and debug in a fraction of the time. Now, if you combine both the new Docker developer setup and the new ASP.NET rendering host options, you can quickly set up and tear down production-like local environments. Your developer environment now can be easily set up with containers to have a scaled-out installation of Sitecore on your local system. With the new .NET Core headless rendering engine, the content delivery container is purely there to provide layout and content information to the rendering host. So you can do your presentation layer development in your ASP.NET Core rendering host with rapid recycles and no need to make code pushes to the content delivery instance. The new traffic reverse proxy role allows you to run all these instances easily and work on multiple projects at once, allowing the reverse proxy to handle the complexity of finding the correct container instance to return to the browser. Another big change to the developer experience is the new content serialization tool. This combines the best of both TDS and Unicorn, making it much easier for you to script your content changes and move them between different environments as part of your deployment process. To make use of this new serialization approach, we have two different tools to help you. The first is the Sitecore CLI, a command line interface to interact with your Sitecore instance. The second is Sitecore for Visual Studio. This is a graphical tool to interact with your Sitecore instance from within Visual Studio. The crucial thing to note here is that the feature set between the two will be the same. You can choose your preferred way of working, either on the command line or through a GUI. Other than the primary enhancements to the developer experience, there's numerous changes to help out from a performance and monitoring aspect. Everything you need to adjust total cost of ownership, going from reducing infrastructure to do the same tasks, or speeding up debugging or isolating issues. You can do more with less. On the experience optimization side, there have been numerous optimizations done in order to make the active personalization list include things like infinite scrolling, caching, lazy loading, backend changes, just so you can work with like thousands and thousands of experiences in the list without significantly perceived slowing down. There's also been work done on session state optimizations to reduce the overall content delivery response time by up to 10 to 15%. From an XConnect data perspective, we've made things more efficient at loading that XConnect data. Marketing automation system now eliminates some unnecessary server resource usage when plans haven't been defined yet. Now, contexts and interactions will only be loaded via XConnect when you've got active or inactive marketing automation plans detected in the database. Another piece that we've got in here is the ability to determine why a content test was suspended. This is going to help you troubleshoot through diagnostic logging for suspended or corrupted tests in content testing. This will help with all your issue troubleshooting. Another big request was an application map support. This allows operation teams running their infrastructure in Azure to be able to look at XConnect stack directly in the application map. This allows you to do monitoring and diagnosing and start tracing requests. Finally, a massive performance improvement was done to XDB change tracking. This is going to allow for much faster processing, especially when there's a high volume of changes being made at the same time. Simultaneously, it's going to be less heavy on the server resources when handling those changes. Now, while a lot of the big changes in the release address technology delivery, there are several new enhancements that allow marketing teams to quickly evolve experiences and have a better flow with their existing tools. Sitecore's existing marketing and content authoring capabilities are still there, but new changes have been introduced to make it even easier. Horizon was a new editing interface introduced in the Sitecore 9 series, but its capabilities have been expanded to allow you to work with more of your existing sites, especially larger solutions that have multiple languages and multiple sites. The digital marketing capabilities have also been improved to deliver new ways for marketing teams to get started faster, get deeper insights, and also integrate with Salesforce Marketing Cloud in real time. For organizations on their data privacy compliance journey, there are now easier ways to enforce and manage consent choices, as well as new support for anonymization of personal information submitted by Sitecore forms. A big bonus to the digital marketing team in this release is the ability to roll out basic session and device personalization, even with CMS-only installations. No need to install the full Experience Platform to take advantage of this type of personalization. This allows you to start your personalization journey with a lighter weight infrastructure cost. The Horizon editing interface has expanded to cover more user scenarios. So with the addition of the ability to swap between sites and languages, larger solutions with multi-site and multilingual can now make use of the Horizon interface. This includes being able to switch to your SXA sites. A new dedicated field editor experience allows you also to edit page metadata that's not directly editable on the page. This is going to allow you to edit other types of fields without the WYSIWYG interface. Also useful for editing things like headless content that's not intended for a page. Using this new content view is going to allow you to see all the content items, not just the pages, and edit your data in the Horizon field editor. Now, speaking of SXA sites, the integration to SXA has been improved to support editing directly on the page for all supported field types, and also do site-specific images and data sources. A tighter integration between SXA and Horizon editing will be coming over the course of the Sitecore 10 series. Also, if you happen to be developing your assets in Sitecore Content Hub DAM, you can now leverage that rich media in the Horizon editor instead of only using the native Sitecore Experience Platform media library. This allows your marketing team to have a better flow from Content Hub to your web channel. We've also added several ways to make it easier to connect with your customers. Starting with email creation, we've enhanced the ability for you to have more out-of-the-box templates in the current library. You can also fully customize them using Scribin, just like editing a rendering variant in SXA. There's also a new ability with marketing automation to engage with your contacts around their birthday. You can do things like send offers a few days in advance of their birthday, or send greetings on their birthday, or maybe send reminders and follow up with them a few days after. The enhancements we've done to the analytics also allow you to now do filtering on your reports by your marketing segments. So this is going to help you be able to target segments of contacts using predefined rules and then report based on that segment. So you might push an email to a segmented list and then see the impact across the site. This will allow you to also report on the performance of key audience groups. Now, this change here might seem small, but a lot of authors have been waiting for an easier workflow going from Microsoft Word into Sitecore rich text fields. Previously, authors would often break the branding on a site because their copy-paste efforts would introduce all this extra markup from their documents. With the new changes in 10, clean source HTML is created that preserves the content and the branding. Now, for some teams, Sitecore Content Hub is now the central hub for all media content in their DAM, but also content models defined in CMP. Their web channel is only one channel consuming this content. So in this release, we've expanded how much of that content can be managed in CMP and then integrated to the Sitecore Experience Platform. With support for additional field types, this allows marketing teams to centralize more of their content creation into Content Hub and still leverage this with their web teams. Now, with the addition of a taxonomy import, marketing teams can also make sure that the taxonomy associations they make in Content Hub will persist into the content items in the Sitecore Experience Platform. Most organizations are very focused on their data privacy journey. With Sitecore 10, we have new additions that will help make it even easier for teams to meet regulation requirements. Major need for data privacy regulations, like GDPR, is to support the need for visitors to have their personal data anonymized. With this release, Sitecore Forms makes it easier for you to support erasing this personal identifiable data. Now, this includes redacting submission values, removing any associations to XDB contacts, and deleting any files uploaded by the visitor. This approach allows marketing teams to still see reporting data, even when anonymized. Now, a second change in this release regards making it easier to enforce and manage consent choices. Visitors need to be able to consent to being tracked, and marketing teams need to store these choices and make decisions on them. The new consent management tools available in the platform allow for implementation teams to configure sites to require explicit consent before the Sitecore tracking will begin. The tracker is now able to be disabled based on the consent settings stored for a user. And XDB supports the ability to store these consent settings and persist it across visits for the content. This allows marketing teams to have some sites operate as they currently do, but add additional consent requirements for specific sites that need to meet stricter privacy guidelines. Now, while Sitecore does offer marketing automation capabilities, we also understand that teams may already have their own tools in place that are handling this aspect of their marketing tool stack. Sitecore Connect for Salesforce Marketing Cloud allows teams to work in Salesforce Marketing Cloud and leverage the rich visitor analytics stored in XDB. Now, with the latest release, you can make use of this connection in real time. No need to wait for a nightly batch. A new Sitecore marketing automation activity, specifically for Salesforce Marketing Cloud, allows marketers to configure a real-time event to integrate with SFMC. By connecting directly to the Salesforce Marketing Cloud, marketing teams can respond to events in Sitecore and immediately send that information about the current visitor over to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Then, place visitors into Journey Builder marketing automation plans automatically. This means that you can respond across all your channels to events in real time in the marketing automation tool that you use. Thanks for listening. I hope you get a chance to try out all the new stuff in Sitecore 10. Stay tuned to #LearnSitecore to learn more.